comes to growing your own food and eating from farm to table, the whole experience of that is way better than any other thing. Yes, many people wish to have this opportunity of growing their own food and eating from farm to table. Ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity has of course be presented to you, and you now can farm your own food, grow your own food, and what? And eat fresh farm produce. Yes, you might not be based in Nigeria, but you can do that, and your family members based here can eat from your farmland. Good access road is one of the deciding factors why you should buy into this farm estate. Today, we are live here at Bounty Harvest, located in Odeda in Ogun State. And behold, it is the third allocation, physical allocation to clients who had bought into this farm estate. And I'm delighted to not only be present here, but to be representing some of my clients.
Just farmland. You can come build your cabin, build your villa, build your country home, but that is in the market. But we are not there yet. We have not launched it, we have not put it in the market, we are still working on it. But here, we have done our first batch of allocation, we've done our second batch of allocation, and I guess this is our third batch of allocation, right? As we are moving along the farm estate, you will see some placards with clients' names, plot numbers, and all of that.
So let's proceed as we see Bounty Harvest Farm Estate 1. Thank you. So upon entrance into the estate, this is the driveway, right? You see it in clusters, cassava, okay, right? Please watch your footsteps, please. I know. Bamboo fencing, recommended wire mesh, and this is peculiar to Bounty Harvest Farm Estate 1, right? And this client decided they want to go for the wire mesh, fencing, and that they have just done. I apologize that one of the pole has fallen, right? Of course, a lot of breeze and rain and what have you. And this client has actually started planting, right? And they opted to plant for themselves. They want to have the full experience, and that is what is happening now. You can tell there are varieties of crop on this plot of land, as you can see it.
But now we're working on the back, because if you work on the front, they can keep eating your land. So, but one thing we usually do when we enter a community is community engagement first. Oh yeah, Bale, even the Oba of this or that, we've gone to meet him, paid homage, honored him, and all of that, so that Olori Odo, all those things that are needed to be done. So we take the stress off clients. So what you just need to do is the security of your investment.
So even if you don't take your things down, you can be sure that within the same place.
a lot of questions from clients saying, okay, what can I use the land to do almost immediately? So Bounty Harvest 2 answers that question. Then lastly, the next project that we are going to be dropping very soon is in Ibadan. But that one answers the question of, because we have a lot of clients asking, okay, can I own farmland? Can I build on it? What can I use it to do?
If you're wondering, do we still have plots for sale here? Nah, it is sold out. However, there are still plots selling in Bounty Harvest 2. So hey, come along with me. Let's go see Bounty Harvest 2. Welcome to Bounty Harvest Phase 2. Today actually happens to be the very first batch of allocation. You know, in the phase 1 is the third batch of allocation, and right here is the very first batch of allocation. So you see that this company can be tested, can be trusted, because they do allocation back to back. So congratulations to all of those who are getting allocation here. So like I said, for you who is interested in owning a farmland inside a farm estate, this is still your opportunity right here. Now we have 3 options. There's the farm plot, which is selling at just 1.2 million naira of 600 square meter. You can buy the 300 square meter, of course, and that is selling for 600,000 naira. Then the acre deal is still available. Now, if you don't want the farm plot, you want the cassava plot. You want to buy the plots where you can grow cassava, that is available as well. 600 square meter is 1.6 million naira. You can buy 300 square meter for 800,000 naira. Now that is just not all. We also have the plantain plot, because they have decided to cluster this particular estate. So yes, if you are interested in plantain plot, it is selling at 2 million naira for 600 square meter, and the 300 square meter is 1 million naira. Now these are just the plot prices. You can do the acre deal. So let's say you want to do 1 acre for the plantation plot for 600 square meter. You're definitely going to be buying it at 10 million, that's 12 million naira, right? So let's say you're interested in the farm plot, which gives you flexibility to have anything you want, to grow anything you want on your farmland. You can buy it at 6 million naira as against 7.2, because you're buying the 5 plot and then you're getting 1 more free, which is interesting. And of course, it also goes into those of the cassava or plantain, though I'm not very sure about the acre deals for those ones. So note, pre-launch, and the buy 5 get 1 free. However, these prices will no longer be valid very soon, which is why you should act now. If you want the acre deal, you can just call me and let's see how much acre they have for sale. You need to be fast about it because people are really buying this. So hey, quickly, let's go see the entire allocation process, shall we?
This way, 1.5 kilometer this way is the government's required setback. So if let's say you acquire property within the 1.5 kilometer, when the government is ready for development and they want to use the land, you are obviously under government acquisition. So we have to come at least 1.5 kilometer off the express and then situate where we are here. You are welcome to Bounty Harvest 2. And what we've particularly done right now is we have achieved a level of clearing, but the agronomists advised us against still using bulldozer to clear the land because we don't want to take the topsoil off. Either we set up the plantain or cassava, it does not stop land allocation because the core of what clients invested in is actually real estate, which is the land. Then the added value of cassava and plantain on your own plot of land. Now the agronomist, please come. So this is Nifemi, the agronomist, and we have already done some consultations on this property on how to go about the setup and all of that, so that we can realize the harvest all at the same time, so that we can set up at the same time, realize the harvest at the same time. That's it, and say, oh, there's no plantain on the land, there's no cassava yet. The work has just begun, right? And it's a long-term thing. We are not ones to hold on clients' investment and not allocate their lands to them. But one thing we can guarantee after today is that we are going to be sending updates, periodic updates to clients on after plowing. When we secure the plantain suckers and the cassava stem, we are going to be updating you in your mails. And we also operate an open door policy where you can call any of our company lines to ask for updates and demand for a video, not request, demand for a video, demand for physical evidence of what is going on site. So that is what we are doing at Agro Local.
Is scraping away the topsoil. So that was why we left these trees, those tree stumps, because behind those tree stumps are the topsoil, and that's what we need for our cassava and for our plantain and for the farm plot. So that's the plan, because we're going to be stumping. Stumping means all these tree roots in the soil, we're going to remove them because they are going to hinder our tractor from working properly on the soil. So we're going to remove them. And once we are done with that, once we're done with plowing, our bed is ready to be made, and then our cassava comes into play. So, and we will have this between 7 to 9 months. Yes, cassava takes that long. But between 7 to 9, by 7 months you can actually start harvesting if you want to, but you give it good time actually. It goes through a process called bulking, so it increases in size to a good marketable size. So for one cassava stand, you get to have 1.6 kilograms. So in a total of 1 hectare, you're looking at 16 tons of cassava. Can adequately optimize our irrigation setup. Now, one thing about irrigation setup, farmers, all the farmers that I've brought here, they'll be like, why are you planting now? Why are you starting now? I'm like, don't worry, we have plans for irrigation. I'm like, okay. Because their fear is always irrigation. Okay, I'll do this, I'll ask us to be observant when we are going back. If you see a cassava plot that is about this size, that's the, how many months is that? That's 4 months cassava plot. That is about this size. You will notice that the leaves look withered because of this period. So farmers, when they plant it, they just leave it, and they're like hoping that rain starts on time. And sometimes when rain don't start on time, they can actually lose their plot. But what we are doing is, everybody is going to have their land in a cluster, and we're going to optimize the use of our irrigation. So irrigation is big deal. You can probably check other places and they will tell you, a plot of land is so amount, and you're like, why is Agro Local own that expensive? Irrigation is one of the things, because you get to own your irrigation. As we set up on the farm plot, you're always sure that you're always going to have irrigation on your farm plot. Always going to have irrigation. For whatever time you want to plant, you're always going to have irrigation. And it's together. So we plant together and then we harvest. So we are going to be very, very glad with the harvest, because it's going to come in a season where cassava will not be out there in the market.
As in Agro Local, we know what we are doing.
Exactly, we know,
right? And you can believe that one of the things we are offering is optimal management, optimizing, yes, and we are giving the best there is, right? Best practice possible is what we are operating with.
D5, yeah.
D5, yeah. For 600 square meter, yes.
We're hot selling. Key into it now. So, before you get sold out.
Limited, then of course for normal farm plots we have just 7, and out of 7, I think 3 or 4 is locked out already. So I mean, first come first serve now. Hot cake 20, trust me, 15 is gone out of here. Here we have just about 6 more left, yeah. And over here, because we have to have what we are selling.
Exactly.
You understand? So what we don't have, we don't sell. Right. So for now, hot cakes selling fast.
Cassava and for plantain, the cost of stem and the cost of sucker will not be as much as the first time you're planting, because cassava the same thing you harvested, the same stem, you can also still plant back again. It doesn't spoil the vigor of the plant like it does for tomato. But for this too, the same thing. For plantain, all those suckers that grows beside it, you get to harvest them and then plant them for the next growing season.
Stress, so take it to the plot with the vehicle, right? And sir, for once there is a reallotment, right, to be communicated and the client can decide and let us know when they want to come.
The distance between the Bounty Harvest 1 and 2, it is less than 10 minutes drive actually. Now, another very interesting thing you should know is that if you're coming from Lagos State, you can take the train to this point. Yes, you can take a train to this farm estate and you will be alighting at the Aremo Olusegun Oshoba train station. And less than 3 minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes drive, less than 5 minutes actually drive from that train station to the farm estate, straight road all the way to get here. So yes, accessibility to this farm estate is so easy. You can easily connect it from Ibadan as well. If you're driving, you live in Ibadan, or you have a family member who stays in Ibadan, you can easily connect to this farm estate from Ibadan. For you that you're interested in growing your own food, this is the best time to do that. And then you're not just doing that in the regular estate like I mentioned earlier, you're doing it in a farm estate. Farm estate means that it is completely different from a farmland. It means that people can live here, you know, have that farmhouse and all of those beauty. You can, you know, come out here and just enjoy the beauty of living within a farm estate. Now, it's still on pre-launch like I mentioned earlier, and the best time to always buy is when it is on pre-launch. Now obviously it's the best time to start dialing my number. Let me help you go through the process of owning your plot here or acres and start farming. That's one of the things I love about buying into this farm estate. You can start farming like right now. Hey, let me add this quickly. The management, the company who owns this farm estate, they also have different categories of ways to help you, especially if you're based abroad, you're not in Nigeria, or maybe you're based in Nigeria, but you're very busy, you wouldn't have time to be coming down all the way to Ogun State to come and do farming. Then they can help you. You can engage with them. They can get you a farm manager, and then the farm manager explains the entire processes of helping you to farm. So I know you're saying, I don't have the time to come and do all of this. Don't worry, you can engage your farm manager, agree on what you want to do, and they will tell you what it costs, what it takes, take you through the entire processes. You guys will agree what you want, and then they will ensure that they help you achieve it. And that's one of the icing on the cake for you buying into this farm estate. So you're not just buying an ordinary farmland, so to speak. So yes, like I said, allocation has been done. Look at this one now. This is cluster C for the cassava, and so many has been done. And of course, you can be on the next batch of allocation if you call me right away and come reserve your plot or acres. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miss Kitness Usman. I am the Queen of Land Maker. I'll be delighted to help you go through the process of owning your own farmland inside a farm estate now on pre-launch price that is scrolling. And don't hesitate to call me or contact me for more details. Please ensure wherever you're watching me from that you remain safe and awesome just the way you are. So I say to you, what?